All right, let's kick it off. Frederic, I'll give the word over to you. So, Frederic, founder and CEO, most of you guys know him already. Um, and if you want to just introduce yourself and the vision of OpenCatman, maybe your vision for it, for category management, and then, I'll ask a few questions about our library features and more.
Okay, thank you, Aisa. Thank you so much, and hello, everybody. Yes, my name is Frederick, and I have been working in my own company. I launched my own company in 1997, focused on shopper behavior and category management. I'm French. I went to work in the Latin American markets very early. In 1997, I launched my company from Argentina. Then I launched other companies in other countries like Colombia, Central America, Mexico. And I finally launched OpenCatman 5 years ago, focused on our experience working with retailers and manufacturers, focused on category development and category management. So this is what we're going to talk today about how OpenCatman can help you to implement your category management projects and let you collaborate between manufacturers and retailers implementing category management. So be very welcome.
Hmm. That's great. Thank you so much for that. Okay, so Frederic, if I'm new to Open Catman, what is the best way for me to put together a library? How would I get started on that?
Well, if you are new in OpenCatman, the first thing you have to do is to create your account. And as you create your account, you will be able to work and to design your first planogram. And I would say, and talking about library, is that you do not need to work at the beginning with the library, because as you start working with OpenCatman, you will access to the common library that every user is using. We are talking about a library used by 32,000 users worldwide. So that will let you use product that other user will have created. So I'm going to teach you how to use the global library first and how to make your own library to administrate the right version of the product that you are using. So let me share my screen.
And I'm wondering, Frederic, what is the value in having this big global library of 30,000 people and millions of products? What is the
Yes,
value for me as a user?
sure. This is a good question. One of the tedious thing while you are designing planograms is to get the dimensions and to get the images of each product. So what we imagined in OpenCatman is a way where every user who is uploading an image and dimensions of a product may share this information and only this information. This is only shared information with other user. What do I mean? For example, this product we have here, if I go to product data, I will figure out that I have this barcode here. That is the only the sole identification of the product. I have these dimensions. I should switch in inches, maybe. I'm going to do so in a moment. And I have this image, right? So this is what you need to work with OpenCatman and to include products in the planogram. The idea of the common and global library is that if any of the 32,000 users upload this product, everybody using this code, let's do this example. I copy the code and I add a product. As I use this code, I will be able to include this product in my planogram. So with the public library, I would say we will save a lot of time in the product design and the planogram design process, right? Um, as an example, you can find products with the code, but you can also find products using the brand, for example, of products. Let's put the same brand of this product, and you will be able to find versions of this brand all around the world using this brand name. So let's figure out what we find in the library. It looks like the library has many products. So we will find all the version of those many products included in the library with this search engine. Okay, so this is another way to include products and to find products from all around the world. Um, so maybe this is not exactly the product you are looking for. That may be a product that is used in another market. But so what you can do in that case, what you can do is switch the exchange the identification, the UPC number of the product, so that you can appropriate yourself with dimensions and image and create your local product using a new code that you may choose here. So you can even look for products and even change the barcode of the product and to create your own product. Okay. And one important thing to understand is that you can make any change in the description, in the dimensions, and even in the image of the product. And what happens when you make a change in an existing product? You create a new version of this product, and in previous version, users can choose between all versions that other user are making use of this product, right? So if I use this version, and if other user makes some changes, that will not affect my planograms, but I can, for any change I make on the product, create my new version. So this is how the public library works. So you can even find a product, or you can even create new products. So I am creating a new product with that code. No, it looks like this product. No, it doesn't exist. So I just include the dimensions of the product. I include an image, and that is the way of creating also a new product that other user will be able to use in their planogram, right?
And I can also make my products private, right? If I don't want to share them with the community.
Exactly. Pro user can choose, only pro user can choose to make a product as private. For example, well, this product is a product that is on the market, so this is not a private information. You can get this information everywhere. But considering that maybe you're going to launch a new product or include a product that is not on the market in your planogram, if you have the pro version, you can choose private product. So you create or you modify an existing product in a private version that you will be using only yourself. So this is a way to hide some products from the public library. Very good question, Aisa.
And how do so if I want to create like my personal library,
Okay, everybody wants
everybody
his
wants their own
personal
library.
library. I don't know why, because you can work with that personal library.
Yeah, I think it's because people like to have their own things. Yes.
Yes, no, because all other planogram software work at the beginning, creating your library. So you cannot start before creating your library because you have zero products at the beginning. Um, you can create your own library in OpenCatman, and this is the good news, okay? So to create your private library, you need the Pro account that allows you to create the library. I have myself 35 products, 35,000 products in my private library, right? So how do I get this product in my library? And why should I create my library for? And this is the two questions I'm going to try to answer to. To create your library, is the same way, for example, as we created a product or we imported a product in a planogram. I can include this product that is already created in the common library to this library. So adding this product includes it in my private library. I can import also to the library Excel files with product data. Let's see an Excel file. You have to first export the Excel file or the Excel model from this feature here. I'm going to export it with the project data that I have in this product, so we see which kind of data can be imported to my library. So exporting, for example, this data with a UPC number, description, dimensions, brand, manufacturer, etc., etc. All those data are data from products. I can import all this information again to my library using this feature here. So let's say if you're starting from scratch and you have a product data with a UPC number dimensions, you just have to use this Excel file that you get here in export and export Excel and upload it again to your library. So at that time, you will have all your product created in the library. And you can also update images. That may take long for me because we're talking about 35,000 products. Updating images will let you find images in the common library related with the UPC number of the product you uploaded. So you will do two things: create your product the way and with the name you're expecting in your own library, and you will be able to get images that other users uploaded with the same code number. So this is a way of creating your library. I would suggest another way of creating your library, which I would say may be faster. Let's consider you are working in this planogram. So you have already created or imported from the common library all those products. Maybe you made some changes in every product. For example, this product may need a change in the image. I can cut the image here. So I am creating a new version of this product at that time, but this is my version and this is the version I want to work with. So the other way, and I would say a recommended way of working with the library, would be to go to project data here and synchronize product from this project with the library. This is the way to use the version of the product I have in this project with the library. And before synchronizing, I would use this button here, update products in library. That allows me to import to the library, or export, I would say, to the library, the version of all the products I have in this project to my library, okay? So doing this, I update my library, creating or updating the existing products in the library with this version. And what we understand here is, why should I create or maintain my library for? The objective is, as we understood, that a product may have several versions, is to work every time in every project with the same version of products that is included in my library. So synchronizing this project with the library allows me to do two things. For example, if I edit this project and make a change, for example, in dimensions, that will update also the dimension of this product in my library, and will all the synchronized projects that are synchronized with the library. So what I am explaining here is what is the objective of creating your library? Well, the main objective is to connect from my library all my projects, all my planograms with this library, to let me in the future, for example, if I edit this project and make some change, uh, make the change of dimensions, descriptions, image in all the connected and synchronized projects. Is that clear for you all?
Um,
The
we have a
or
question around, will it also grab the dimensions like it does with the images? Um, Trying to understand if that means that if we're updating products within the library, will it also take the dimensions? Is that what it means?
yes, if I
Trying to
understand
understand the
the
question
question,
correctly.
if I update the dimensions from the library, for example, that will update the dimensions in all the synchronized projects. I mean, every project which is synchronized with the library. Once again, to synchronize the project, I have to go to project data. And in project data, I will, here, I will, I have to upload again my OpenCatman page. Oops, something went wrong. I think I launched a process that is quite heavy with the image actualization.
Oh,
Just
I
give me.
see. So the question is more, yes, the question is more, if I upload my library, do I have to have dimensions already, or will the system put them in for me? So, Frederic, once you log in, but just theoretically, so if you're uploading new products, they need to come with dimensions, yes. Like without
Yes.
dimensions,
Yes.
this will not accept the products.
Exactly. The I mean the mandatory data that you need to create a product is to have dimensions. So if I understand the question, if it is question to create new products, the first thing you should do is to check if those products already exist in the common library. So maybe it doesn't make sense to create a new product if it is already existing, right? So the first thing I would do, let's go again to my Excel file. Where is my Excel file? Very close from here. I open it here. For example, let's see how we are used to work when we start a project from scratch. What I'm used to do is to copy all the barcodes of the products I want to include in a planogram, right? So let's go for with a new project starting from scratch. So I'm gonna create a new project, test, demo, demo. So creating a new project, this is what I'm doing here. I only have this planogram. I'm gonna only add two shelves or a pegboard and shelves. So I can start with a rack ready to receive products. So I want to import products. There are two ways. With the free version, we saw that you can include the barcode number of a product. If it doesn't exist, you create it with dimension. If it already exists, that will import the product to your project. But if you have the pro version, you go to import or export Excel. You can import products through Excel, but one way to check if the barcode you want to use exists in the library is to paste those barcodes. So this is what I am doing. I am pasting here my barcodes and importing the barcodes. I will import the products. In that case, those are products that already exist in the common library, right? If the product doesn't exist, that will create a new product for you, and this product will have no dimensions and no image. So what you will be able to do is to modify this product. You will see that in centimeters, the product will be created with 10 per 10 per 10 centimeters. So to modify the dimensions and modify the image. So this is a way if you start from scratch and you have barcode numbers to include the first thing is to see if there already exists in your library, in the common library, sorry. If you have many products that do not exist, they will be created. So you will be able to export the data again of this project. So you get the data of this project, and you will figure out that all products that do not exist and that you created in the library will have no name here and will only have the same dimensions in height, width, and depth. So those are the products that you will have to modify and to inform the accurate dimensions.
And
Uh,
Frederic,
yes.
do I have to modify the products all individually, or can I go back to the Excel sheet and put in the information and then upload it again?
You can do with the two options. So the
Okay.
first option, maybe what I usually do, I go to product data and I change the dimensions for if I have two or three products, it's very fast. And if I have 100 products, I will modify the dimensions and this description from the Excel file, and then you go back to OpenCatman in import export from Excel. You go to import from Excel and you choose which data you're gonna import to the products. In that case, I am importing product data compression and dimensions of boxes. So it is very easy. And once you have all the accurate versions of product in your planogram, the recommendation is to go again to project data, to synchronize to your own library, and that makes possible to use the same version in your library as you use in the project. And as you will modify any product from the library or the project, that will modify the products everywhere in your planograms. Right? Do you think I answered the question, Aisha?
I hope so. I think that's that was a question, Fabio, right? Did we understand it correctly? I believe so. I think his question was around whether the dimensions are already in the system. If the product already exists, there are already dimensions. However, it is good
Okay.
to check the dimensions because you may have, a different version of the product too, right, Frederic? Like it could be a bigger
Mhm.
one, it could be a smaller one, so it's worth checking the dimensions, definitely.
It is definitely. But all the products that are created by other users are created to be included in a planogram. So, what you usually do when you use a product that is imported from the common library is to check the previous versions. So, considering that every time another user is creating a new version as this user make a change in the description in the image, we see that everybody is keeping those dimensions. So, I mean, with good sense, that means that these dimensions should be the accurate dimensions, right?
Mhm. That makes sense. Yeah.
That makes sense.
That makes sense to me. Yes. Unless it's a completely new product, but yeah, it's worth checking. I mean, dimensions are important because, it's a space planning software, so you need
Oh,
to figure out
yes.
how big things are to be able to put them on shelves.
But what you can do is also, depending your country, is first, this is the OPENCatman rule. So you can use, if you have the dimensions, you can check the dimensions and you can make this modification. This is a way to make this change. The other way, if you download the OPENCatman app, you can go and scan a product. So I go to a store, I scan this product, and I get the data of this product. Okay. In that situation, the product we didn't exist with this barcode, which is weird, but okay. So if this product doesn't exist, it's a good example. Um, I'm just checking the barcode. Yes, it's accurate. So this product in centimeter has 33 centimeters in height. So I created at that time. So this is in centimeter, but you can switch with inches. This product has 9 centimeters, 9 and 9. So I created this product. Let's start again to check if I can include the image. Let's make an example. So let's check the images. I can take an image of this product. This will not be the best, but let's make this example. And now, as I updated or created this product through the app, I should find again this product in the bar, the database. So the number is 75010738009. Okay, okay. So I see I have different versions. This is not the one I just uploaded, but they seem to be better. So I will find again this product to include it or to modify it in my planogram. So you have many ways of making this actualization of product of dimension, even from the web OpenCatman, editing the product, uploading the dimensions through the Excel file, or going directly to the store and measuring the products through the app and recovering those data from the app to the OpenCatman software.
Hey, that's great. And what is the corporate library? What does that mean? But like, what's the
The
difference?
corporate library is when you work several people all together. So I was working on my account with my library, considering that my library is a selection of the product version I am using myself. Let's consider that you are several people working in the same company. For example, in my company, those are the people who are working through the corporate option of my company, right? So 8 people working all together. Those people, I find them again here as I am the administrator of this company. I can access to their projects. So all the projects are all together and somebody can access to those projects to the corporate features. So what is the corporate library for? The idea is exactly the same that for one user, but in that case, as I am working with the corporate library, uh, as any user will synchronize a project with the library, they will get their project synchronized with the corporate library. So that means that every user of the same company will use the same product version in all their planograms. So that is how the corporate library works. If you use the corporate option with many users, that will let you use the same product versions in every planogram using the same version between all users.
Okay, so I should get a corporate account if I have a lot of people working on the same planograms together, basically, in my company.
Exactly, exactly. And the corporate library will help you maintain the same versions in every planograms of each users.
Yes. So if I only have if I'm on a pro account, basically I can have my own library with the
Right?
same product versions. But if I want to share the same product versions with several people in my company, the corporate account is basically what I would need.
Exactly, exactly.
Okay,
This is the way it works.
great. Okay, great. Um, so there were a few questions I think we already answered around building the product library. Frederick, is there anything else around the product library that people should know, you think?
I think we saw all what you need to know about the library. So once again, you can work in OpenCatman without managing your own library. But if you manage your own library, this is to keep in the library the same version of the products that you will use in your project. So every time you create a new planogram, you will use the version of the product that you have in your library. And to be sure to maintain this option, the option is to synchronize your project, every project with your library. So that will let you use and modify also the product versions of every planogram from the library or even from a project, because in this case, this planogram is synchronized with the library. And if I change the dimensions of my products, because I just figure out that these dimensions were not accurate, okay? So let's say that the real dimensions are 10 centimeters. If I save this information, that will save, I will not do so today, but that will save this information in this planogram, in the library, and in all other synchronized planograms with the library. So this is the way to maintain the same versions of the products in every planogram and to make changes to every synchronized planogram.
So would it make sense for me as a retailer to do this and as a manufacturer potentially too, to maintain like my own library like that?
Yes, for both of them, because if you're managing many planograms, for example, let's see, I think I have 1,500 planograms. So, you know, um, if I would have to make a change of dimensions of a product included in every planogram, I should go to every planogram, open it, change the image, etc., etc. So if the product is in my library, and if all those planograms are synchronized with the library, that makes change very effective and very fast.
Okay, great. I think for the purposes of this webinar, we had also said that we wanted to show a few collaborative functions in the software. So once I've built my own library, I've synchronized my planograms. How do I go about sharing my planograms with, maybe a retailer or somebody so that they can implement it on the ground?
Very good question, Aisa. So, as I'm working on my own, making and building this planogram, maybe I should be working with a partner. That could be a partner in the same company, or maybe on of another company. So let's consider I'm a manufacturer. I am in charge of creating or optimizing this category with a retailer. In a common process, when you finish your planogram, you have to export the file of the planogram. We can do so with OpenCatman. You can export in OPC, which is OpenCatman format, space planning, which is PSA, or spaceman, which is PNL. You will get a file, the images, you have to send the file to your client, and that takes long and it's very tedious. So what we imagined in OpenCatman is to go faster in this collaborative process, and to go faster is to share directly the planogram with your partner. So sharing the planogram, let's say that my partner is this account. If I share with this account, um, let's see, for example, here in that example, all those people are the people with who I have this planogram shared. So we are working as a team with the planogram. So what will happen? Uh, I'm gonna show comments here. This is the option to have comments. You can even share the planogram. So I am letting other people modify this planogram, but I can also send messages to the people I am sharing this planogram with. So for example, I'm sending a message in Gillette and I say, this is a new product I recommend to include. So let's imagine you are working with your partner, the retailer. You are in charge of optimizing this planogram. Your partner has a direct access to this planogram, can figure out what you recommend, how you recommend this planogram to be displayed, can even make the analysis I am doing here. So your partner will be able to see that Gillette has 50% of the sales of space and 65% of sales. So that makes things more transparent when you're working with your partner and to let him access to all that data, but also he will get your messages. So the message is, this is a new product I recommend to include. Okay, which product? Okay, let's see where this product is. I go there, it will be easier to figure out. Okay. I will be able also as a partner to respond. I have no agreement with this provider. I have no business with this provider. So maybe we will recommend not to do so, etc., etc. So I'm just sharing with you the way of working remotely, sharing the same planogram, modifying the same planogram with your partner, and also chatting with the partner to make decision in the planogram. So this is the collaborative way that only OpenCatman offers to make category management more effective, faster, and to let you work with your partners in a remote way.
And to be able to just view a planogram, say for implementation in a store, I don't have to have a pro account, right? I can just sign up for free and I can just use the free account if I just want to see
Exactly.
it. Okay.
Exactly. So, in that case, if you want to inform the store how they have to implement this planogram, you can also share this planogram with the stores, share and let them see the project, okay? Only in the option to see the project. So while the store has this planogram shared with them, in their shared folder, which is here. Well, I have many projects, but in share projects, the store will have all the planograms that are shared with them, right? So that makes implementation easier. Why is it easier? Because in any planogram, um, you will have to make changes, I would say, maybe not every day, but every week for sure. So when the store will open this planogram, they will always have the last version of the planogram. So you don't have to print again a PDF if you make a change, as the store with this link can view the project in real time. That means with all the changes that have been made in that planogram. So that makes things more effective, really, really more effective. And it has no additional cost because every store, and that was your question, can create a free version. And in the free version, you can view every planogram that are shared with you. Many clients of OpenCatman may, for example, use one pro user to be more effective at the time of creating planogram. And if they have 15, 20 stores, create 20, 15 or 20 free accounts for each store. So every store access to the planograms that are created in real time.
So it's not only time efficient, but also cost effective,
Very cost effective.
because it's, yeah,
Definitely
because
cost
you don't have to
effective.
have,
Yes,
you don't have to have
planogram is an
the account.
effective solution at very effective cost. Yes, yes, this is. But most of the, I know we are cost effective, but we are more even interactive than more that cost effective, and this is the real cost effective feature of OpenCatman to let people be interactive and work faster.
Which is also ultimately
Um,
what saves people time, because exactly, like you said, it's just real time as it should be in the
Time
21st century
and
in
effectiveness.
technology.
So maybe let's see a last feature of OpenCatman, because we were talking about sharing planogram with stores, and we were seeing that stores can access to this information with their free accounts. We also have the last option, which is included in the app that you have to download to work with this feature. Let's say that I want not only the store to access to this planogram, but I want the store to be aware about every change on this planogram at the time that it happens. So how can I handle this communication with the store? Well, we're going to share the planogram with the store. We're going to contract the app option of notification. It's another option that has to be contracted, but it is also cost effective as every subscriptions of OpenCatman. So let's say, for example, that this is the new product that I just included, and I want the store to be aware about this new product. So I will send a message of this product, Gillette Blue 2, and I say, new product to be included on May the 15th. Okay. As I send this message, all the people who are connected with this planogram will receive a notification as I would say a WhatsApp message, and this notification takes them to the description of the product we were talking about. So this is this product and the the placement where this product must be displayed. Okay, so it's like a push process, you know. Every time you make a change in a planogram, everybody in your stores will know what they have to do. So you are directly connected to the store and informing what they have to do. And people from the store can also answer or make question. I would do so. For example, I will say, I didn't receive the product. So as I can also text a message to the information I received, that lets people work together. People from the store can make questions to the responsible of this category to get the right implementation. So this is the way of working in real time with the store, pushing the information and letting people work together and to be sure that the store will receive all the information they need to implement the planograms.
That's great. Okay, so we have two options. We can work on the web application, which is also a SaaS application, so it's in real time, it
Exactly.
all the updates, or we can also, in addition, work on a phone application and get push notifications of any changes being made to a planogram. And that's great for people who are in the field on, on the ground, who are implementing, who may not be walking around with a computer, right?
Exactly, and this is the idea of OpenCatman, and this is why we invented OpenCatman to make the planogram being interactive in real time between all users. Because if you take time to design this planogram, this is not to keep this planogram in the drawer. This is to communicate to the store what they have to do. So this is the final objective of the category management process. The last step, the seventh step of the category management process is implementation. So it's very nice to have made decision on your plan of your on your category, but you have to get them being implemented. So this is what we are offering with OpenCatman to design, but also, or more, to implement the decision you made in category management in the stores through people from your stores or through people like merchandisers, promoters from the manufacturers who visit the stores.
Correct. Okay, great. I think this was really helpful, and I'm excited. We're also going to send this around, right, Frederic? So this was a good collaborative webinar to show the main functions of building the product library, the corporate library. as well as the collaborative functions of the software, both in the web application as well as the app on the phone. Um, and I think there were a few questions that we addressed, and I will get in touch with our friend here for a more specific demo so we can answer his questions more specifically. And yeah, we'll do this on a monthly basis. Hopefully, these will be helpful, and we'll have the recordings also ready to send out. And hopefully, people can learn and improve their experience with OpenCatman.
That is great. So thank you very much, Aisa. Thank you all for assisting today. And you can be in touch for the US market with Aisha, with myself for other markets. So don't hesitate in contacting us. We can assist you in starting using OpenCatman and make it effective in your companies.
Yes, wonderful. Well, thanks everyone. Have a great rest of your day. We'll be in
Thank
touch.
you. Have a good day. Bye
Bye,
bye.
everyone. Bye.